from Tuesday's performance, with Kusunogi and Hahn expected to push forward. It's like, at least from here, they've reverted to a back four, and that is going to be a corner now for City, which Arnich will head over to take. See, pass from City, which looked like it took a touch on the way through. So Arnich to deliver. Clipped it, and now it's fallen in the box and fired over by Tapaldo. Well, good chances both ways in the opening 4 minutes of this match. And just that touch took it a little bit too far away from Tapaldo to get a clean strike straight away, but a warning sign for the home team, Easts. So Hovik too strong now out for Tapaldo, who's on the right side. Mudnic with the curl. That looked like it struck the arm of Neville, although positioning looked rather natural. I think the City appeals were overly forceful. And Langdon has to get there quickly and launch it. Hahn trying to escape Mudnic. Squared Pengelly looking for the return pass over the top, and it unfortunately was over the top of Andy Pengelly. Quick passing from East, and it's controlled by Hahn, just shy of the halfway line. He goes to Laurie Kant. Now through it goes Kusunoki in space, and he got plenty on that cross. It's retrieved by Pengelly before it can cross the line to Paldo. Putting the pressure on Brindle South, Red Enton. Let's see, return ball, and Arnich cuts that one away. Hahn and Rodenton working that 1-2, and Hahn's pass straight at Brisbane City's captain, Asim Sahovic. Looking for youthful exuberance in their leadership roles, Brisbane City. Asim Sahovic for the men, Mia Green captaining the women's side. No shortage of experience in either lineup. Very foul-sided there by the referee as his place was caught late. Heavy touch by Velado. He's able to recover that one. That one has gone over the sideline. So our referee tonight, Ethan Zvargulis from Wollongong, took charge of the NPL Sydney derby back in May. So just recapping the scores so far this weekend, which we'll get to in just a moment. Crociati and Hahn sprinting for the loose ball. Last night, Gold Coast Knights 2-1 winners over Magic. And that is a not so subtle challenge from Halliday. Brindle South tried to play it to Kant and took it away. Now back to live pictures. So last night, Gold Coast Knights 2-1 over Magic. And then earlier this afternoon, a big result in the relegation battle. Brisbane Roar B 4-1 winners over Gold Coast United, which in the current 4-team battle 4 points moved the Roar to 1 point behind 11th place Magic and also Gold Coast United, and 2 points behind Rochdale. Rochdale are in action tomorrow night at Luxury Paint Stadium. We do have simultaneous action tonight, kicking off at 6 p.m. local time. We've got East Brisbane City. There's also Moreton City Excelsior taking on Wolves. Marsh nods that down smartly. It could fall forward to Paldo, and City again with a half appeal for a penalty. But now it's East going the other way. Kusunoki going head-to-head with Simmons. And nothing he likes, so we'll check that one back to Maud. He plays it straight to Love Samira. Arnich in space to pick his pass. He finds to Paldo. Losing down that right flank, and Mudnich with the blind square can only pick out Neville. And he's Kant on the turn. I can tell you that game between Moreton City and Wolves, it's 1-0 winner. Goal 3 minutes in. As both sides will be keeping a very close eye on that scoreline, I'm sure. Still 7 rounds plus a handful of catch-up games to be played. in the 2026 NPL Queensland season. Crociati forward, and it's beaten Brindle South, but couldn't find its way through to Marsh. Clever work by Crociati, finding space and just asking the question of the East defence. So the ladder, as of 5:45 tonight, Penn Power 32 points, 14 games played. Lions 29 points, 13 games played. They also have a superior goal difference, so if they do win their game in hand, they would go top at least on goal difference, although with the way both sides can score, it can easily be brought back under control. Now, can one of these score? Is Arnich on the turn, trying to get it onto that right foot. Goes to Mudnich, now wide, and Tapaldo head straight offside. So the premiership race is quite tight. Lions and Penn Power look like the two sides that you would expect to battle it out. Moreton City may still have something to say. They're on 28 points with 14 games played. And then East's holding down fourth spot with 25 points, 13 games played. Their catch-up game is at Gold Coast Knights this Tuesday, I beg your pardon. Now Rydenton in the box, trying to poke at Goldwoods and straight at Crociati. City trying to play their way out of trouble. So the battle for fourth. East's leading the way. Gold Coast Knights, 23 points with 2 games in hand, including that one against East's on Tuesday. Wolves, 23 points, 14 games played. And Brisbane City, 22 points, 14 games played. Olympic in 8th, 17 points on 14 games played. So I know everyone loves hearing lists read out. Short version is East's, Gold Coast Knights, Wolves and Brisbane City very much battling for fourth spot. Well, East, 25 points. 13 of those have come in their last 5 games, defeating Gold Coast United, Brisbane Roar B, Rochdale and Wolves. Their only draw was against Moreton City. So that is certainly an encouraging sign for Raider Al-Rakabi and his cohort of coaches. Mort has to react quickly with Love Samira bearing down. First touch for Arnich. Send it back out wide. Plenty on that cross. Is there anyone in blue there to retrieve? Crociati coming across. So after a couple of chances in the opening 4 minutes. The match has settled into slightly slower rhythm and routine. Now turned over smartly by East, driving to the box. Pengelly is waiting for the square from Khan. Andy Pengelly, of course, he doesn't miss from there. Andy Pengelly gives East the lead on a lightning quick counter attack set up by Laurie Khan. East's 1, Brisbane City 0, 19 minutes played. And that pass had to be perfectly weighted, and it is Pengelly giving the home side the lead. Andy Pengelly's 9th goal in all competitions of the season. He's 8th in the NPL. A big win, or big lead for East, and if they can hold on, it would be a big win. However, Brisbane City had more than a few second half rallies in 2026. Their form line is nothing to be sneezed at either, winning 3 of their last 4 against Moreton City, Olympic and Gold Coast United. The only loss was that Brisbane Classico, I'll call it for what it was, disaster, 4-0 at home. However, that is surely the anomaly, as that's put to the back post. Brindle South has to play it behind. A dangerous ball across. Smart move from Simmons. Just getting it to Mudnich. And with Paldo, I think it was lurking. Mudnich delivers to the 6-yard box. Free header cleared off the line by Roy Dainton. That was absolutely goal bound were it not for the East captain on the line. Now Hahn looking to launch another successful counter attack as he goes past Crociati. He plays it to Kusunoki, who's going to battle with Love Samira, and the decision is goal kick. I'm entirely sure Kusunoki was expecting the pass, and then he got taken to ground. I'm not sure how much help Love Samira gave him on that occasion, but now it's play on. To Paldo, looking for Marsh in the box. He's dragged Melville wide. Crociati lofts it deep to the back post, and Chris Parsons has to come out and assertively take that one. Arnich was hoping to pounce on a careless drop ball. Now Maud looking to put his pace to good use. Simmons has to nod that one over the line, and Right Engine quickly across to take the throw in. Now on the turn, it's Kant. He's got Kusunoki in support. Out on his right. Kusunoki first time back inside. And Rydenton on the turn just left too much of it. Therefore, Sahovic to pounce on. And the ball goes out of play. 23.5 minutes played. East leading Brisbane City 1-0. And guess what? No stupid hydration break in the NPL Queensland. We'll just keep going with the action. Samira trying to escape Kusunoki and Maud, and he's done so, but the touch just too heavy. You can hear Raider Rakabi, second season in charge of the East men's team, and she very proudly watch Iraq in the World Cup earlier this week. Graham Arnold's side taking on Norway. I should not call it by the name I'm used to calling it. Boston Stadium. That's not in Boston anyway. Cross in for Kant, and it goes over the bar. And Kant will be ruining that chance. It was put on a platter for him to nod home. And Kant and Crociati both lunging in for respective challenges, and it's broken now for East, and Pengelly's pass a little bit wayward. And Kant will chase it down after Hahn's pressure. Now Neville, does he fancy a shot from range? Scott Neville will at least turn a corner for his side. And Scott Neville yet to score this season, having joined the NPL program in mid-2025 following his A-League's retirement. The nice round 300 games. Most recently with Brisbane Roar, but also Perth and Western Sydney. And Crociati has played it straight to Brindle South, another play with A-League's experience. Rydenton looking to turn provider, bending ball, and well defended by Plusden. Pengelly was lurking in that danger zone right behind him. And that was a beautifully placed ball from Rydenton. And equally athletic defensive play made by Ollie Plusden. Neville heads it onto the foot of Velado, and it's put over by Hahn as City almost not ready for that corner to come in. A free header for Neville. Clever set piece. And those are the chances you have to make count. And Kusunoki too quick for Love Samira. Some short passing on the far side for Easts. Here goes Neville, and he is collected late and will come back for the free kick that Halliday does not agree with. Neville, that is a long run for the veteran central defender as he was felled late. So it's Rodenton kicking everyone else off set piece duty here, and he'll have an opportunity to test out Josh Langdon. And Rodenton can't beat the wall on that occasion. Brindle South can hit them, or he'll just bend it inwards. Pengelly on the volley. Rodenton on the follow-up. Blocked by Crociati. Hunt, third chance. And it goes wide. East peppering the Brisbane City goal. As we go to the replay, Brindle South put that one in. It's headed down by Kant as he looked to set up Pengelly for the second time. And that ball fizzed wide of the far post as Hunt just couldn't bend it inside. Still 1-0 to Wolves at Walter Park as well, and it's 1-0 at Heath Park if you're just tuning in. That is well crossed. Crociati trying to pick out Marsh. I thought he was shaping up for a shot there, Mirko Crociati. Simmons played that cross, and Woodnich, that might have been a wayward first touch that worked out potentially really, really well. And now it's headed down by Tapaldo. Desperate defending to keep it away from Marsh. Marsh just asking a little bit too much of Woodnich on the follow-up, and here go East. Looking so dangerous on the counter-attack. Maud steaming forward. Kusunoki goes short for Pengelly. Now it's out wide for Cody Maud. And it's squared across the face by Kusunoki, but no one able to get on the end of it until Brindle South does. Kant's cross is deflected. Now it is 3-on-4 as City storm forward. Arnich Trying that miracle ball for Love Samira, who was joining the attack late. Pengilly in space. Hahn is trying to go around Langdon. Dangerous ball, and he can't quite get the angle on it. It was a tough ask for Wee Guan Hahn. Sahovic, justifiably worried about the threat of Ernie Pengilly, stepped out to try and close down that angle. Here's Mudnich now. Brisbane City going to test Chris Parsons. And Mudnich takes the strike, but that was always heading wide of the near post. So 10 minutes remain in a fast-moving first half. Andy Pengilly's 171st career NPL goal separates the two sides. What's the current holder of the NPL record? 41 goals in a season. Well, the big question is, will former teammate Alex Fechner close him down? I feel like short of tying his shoes together, not a lot is stopping Fechner this season. Now Mudnich from range, is there anyone stopping that? And it will be caught very smartly by Parsons. Mudnich finding support in the shape of Simmons. Sitting across from deep, and it's too close to Chris Parsons. Can't the metronome in midfield that keeps things ticking over. Spray it out to Kusunoki. Brindle South just racking up the passing stats. Poking and prodding around the City defence as Kant is upended, and Mudnich will give away the throw-in, or is it a free kick? It is a free kick. East will maintain possession. Neville Passes it forward. It's allowed to run to Pengelly. Brindle South had sprayed into an offside position, and Pengelly fired straight at Josh Langdon, and he threw it straight into the top of Pengelly's head. It had that much power on it. Still managed to reach what could have been its intended target into Paldo. Brindle South just reminded where the throw-in is to take place. Pengelly getting the ball back. He looks right up for it tonight, Andy Pengelly. Now Kant with a wall of blue in front of him, and he's still buried the chance. Laurie Kant, 5 minutes from half-time, seemingly out of nothing, and he's given East a 2-goal lead over Brisbane City. 3 defenders in his way. How did he get that shot off? And I'm sure Pete Gaffney will be asking the very same question of his defenders. And Kant has his 5th of the season, 25th career goal in the NPL, that is, and FQPL. City now needing a response. Well, that slick passing from East is ended by Sohovic. Is enough of that? Arnich tries his luck from range. He thinks it took a touch. Mr. Zvargulis disagrees. And some Brisbane City news as well. Ben Hermiston, previous occupant of the number 7 jersey worn by Ollie Plusnan tonight. Slav Samira has gone down after that coming together. So Ben Hermiston has departed Brisbane City. That was confirmed during the week, although he hasn't been seen since round 12 at Moreton City. 15 games, 3 goals in all competitions. Arnich with space. He'll take the strike. And did he slip as he went to hit it? Or did the turf monster possibly cause a bobble of the ball? With the football on the fields behind the clubhouse. Brindle South has put one into the back of the net. Not for the first time this week, although the one on Tuesday actually counted for the season tally. Paldo with room to measure, and again asking for a corner. This time that wish will be granted. So a chance for City to find a way back. Their third corner. Parsons punched it away. Halliday, it's nodded through, unable to be controlled for a strike though. City looking to continue to turn the screws. And Halliday can't get through. And a scuffed attempted pass from Love Samira. Marsh bringing it back for City. Headed on, and Plusden on the turn, trying to direct it goalwards. But can only fire it into the netting behind. Let's go to the replay. As it's headed down by Tapaldo, and Plusden looking to spark something in his team in the closing seconds of the first half. Pengelly just first to the ball, but the touch worked out to the advantage of Woodnich, and the deflected ball can only be played behind for another Brisbane City corner. Lofted into the back post, and Marsh can only hit the woodwork, and behind it goes. A great chance for City to get something back in first half stoppage time. They've threatened from a couple of set pieces already. Although just keeps that one in. It's over the top, and pressure applied on Neville. A little too much pressure as it so happens, and that will bring an end to an eventful first half here at Heath Park. Amy Pengelly and Laurie Cant, the goal scorers, giving East a 2-0 lead over Brisbane City. We're going to step away and be back with the second half after these messages.
Excellence. Is it measured in likes, bottom lines, or the impact we make around us? The things we build, the students we inspire, the care we give.
Baby girl.
At CQ University, we recognise all kinds of excellence. We combine contemporary courses with more choices and real support to empower you to create the success that means more to you. Be with CQU.
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
Future game is changing, and so it's really important for us to understand that we're not developing players for the here and now, it's for the future.
It's extremely important to have an identity as a state. There's some key characteristics that we identified as being really important to Queensland players. The first one is creative, which refers to a player's technical ability, their base level technique and their X factor qualities. Second is courageous, how players influence the game, their levels of effort, their absolute desire displayed on the pitch. And then there's competitive, so their winning mentality, and that's got nothing to do with winning games. And that's a never say die effort, which is a hallmark of Queensland players in the past and something we want to continue to preserve.
That sort of frames everything we look for in a Queensland player. It's really important for every fan of every club, for every member, for every player to understand what it means to be a Queenslander, lean into the nature of the Queensland spirit. I think this is the most exciting time for youth development in a long time in Australia. We've seen so many young Queenslanders move on to bigger and better things. We've seen so much national team representation, and we've seen a massive shift in terms of the focus on youth development in a professional sort of setting within the A-Leagues. So if you're a young Queenslander, it's our job at Football Queensland to ensure that we're giving every opportunity to players to reach that stage and support talent wherever it may be to reach the higher echelons of the game.
I think football was always my thing, yeah. I just loved it. Yeah. I love being a part of the team and I love winning. Yeah. I played for Warriors in Townsville and it was really good and I learnt a lot and I felt like I was just having fun. I was really nervous at first because I'd played against these girls all growing up. Like I'd always been in the Townsville team, they'd been in the Metro teams, and I was really nervous because I didn't know whether I was good enough or whether I was just like overreaching. With the right support and the right coaching and the right programs to be identified, like carnivals, you can definitely get spotted and you can do it. From there, it's just how much you want it, really. The Queensland State Team program has helped me believe in myself because a lot of the time when I don't believe in myself, I don't perform as well, and that's probably what's let me down. Off the field, I'd say just like becoming a better person and more mature and friendly and outgoing, and I feel like helped me bring me out of my shell, I guess, yeah. I feel really, really grateful and really honoured that I've been selected and that I've been seen and identified to be good enough to play, just to have the opportunity to play in front of national team coaches, and I just feel like super confident, super eager. It's really good to see my kind of progression from not making it at all to making it. The Queensland State Team program can really help push you into the A-League teams, the Premier League teams, the Matildas representing your country, and that's something that I aspire to do. I think just the level of coaching and the intensity and playing in a better team definitely makes you a better player, and you kind of understand what you have to do to get to that level, and it's, yeah, really good.
How do I finish this time? One straight off.
It's time for the second half in this round 15 NPL Queensland clash coming your way on FQTV on this very long Saturday for local football fans. James Coughlin in commentary, bringing you all the action as we have a halftime sub by the trailing Brisbane City. As their number 9, Marcus Barnes, is introduced to try and freshen up that attack. As he is closing in on his one-year anniversary of his move to Brisbane City, Marcus Barnes. As he and his partner Ellie settling into life in Brisbane. Christian Naveen, the other halftime substitute as well, as he's getting in a tussle with Maud. So Gaffney not wasting any time, looking for a new approach as Love Samira's strike off the back of Rydenton goes behind for a corner. So we see the replay. And goes the corner towards the near post. Not completely cleared away by City. Now Sahovic with the header to Paldo. Close range save by Parsons. And it wouldn't have mattered anyway with the offside flag going up. As see what the replay tells us. Pengelly getting it done at both ends of the park as he had the first header on that corner. And yeah, Tapaldo looks like he had strayed offside by a step or two. Arnage sliding in, trying to win it back, but ball's made its way to Kusunoki. And he can't get the power on it to tee up Hahn on that far side, and a heavy deflection off the legs of Rafa Velado. Will send that out for a City throw-in. It's found its way to Barnes, but unable to do a whole lot with that spell of possession. Can't going into the bag of tricks as he is wrestled down by Naveen, and well, that is given the all clear by Ethan Zvargulis, our referee, and his officiating team. We can't forget the assistants Liam Smith, Joey Lee and Mackenzie Janes, a highly experienced team across the board. And Onich's pass is intercepted by Brindle South. So Brindle South. Well, that through ball can't quite get to the intended target. And strike from range from Arnich, and Brisbane City have a lifeline. And Joel Arnich, seemingly out of nothing, picked up the ball on halfway, and no one closed him down. They've been threatening with those long-range strikes, and I wonder how quickly that'll get clipped up and onto the City socials as the media man provides the highlight. And that is a perfect start to the second half. Joel Arnich getting Brisbane City right back into it, but if you've watched Brisbane City this season, they are a much stronger second half team. And now Barnes on the turn. Quickfire double potentially on the cards for City. Barnes in the box, finding space, deflected away by Melville, and Brisbane City, with those halftime changes, have come out with a new lease on life. East looking for a response. It's Pengelly. Hahn, plenty of space out wide to measure the pass. Goes along the ground and doesn't sit well for Rydenton. Brindle South. He's looking to fashion some sort of response. Rydenton blocked, and on the follow-up, Kusunoki blazes it across the face of the goal. Well, that certainly seems to have put a bit of a spark. And East, as their deficit, as the lead was halved. He's again working that right side, looking for a channel, and that is an effort play by Plusden to keep that one from going behind for a corner. Braden Doolan going through his warm-ups. It's not too long before we see him as Rodenton, another victim for the turf monster. Now Brindle South trying to get into the box, and space for Love Samira. He's got Barnes at full speed ahead of him. Marcus Barnes going past Melville, and from a tight angle behind it goes. So both sides really going for it in the first 10 minutes of the second half. Already had a goal for Joel Arnich. Another City corner is headed clear. Then on the follow-up, launch behind for a goal kick. So catching up on all the news and events for round 15 in NPL Queensland. Last night, Gold Coast Knights 2-1 over Magic to, at least temporarily, move into 5th spot. That turf is getting very slippery. Players struggling to keep their footing. And the last touch is off Halliday for an east corner. So just confirming where we were at in round 15. Gold Coast Knights 2-1 over Magic. Brisbane Roar B getting a big result in the relegation battle. 4-1 over Gold Coast United. The 2 matches completed. We are almost an hour through here at Heath Park, and also an hour in at Walter Park. 1-0 to Wynnum Wolves. And Melville with the unintentional header on. Al Rakabi continuing to be one of the sharpest dressed coaches in NPL Queensland. He's in his second season in charge of the men's team, taking charge of his 47th game tonight. 23 wins, 8 draws, 15 defeats in all competitions. Reddenton just left that pass a little bit short for Kusanoki, and he played the cross. I don't think anyone was expecting it to go there, and Langdon slides to keep that one in the 18-yard box. And caught out as Pengelly, so close to getting a second. Danger at the back. It was Crociati. And a lazy touch by the looks of it from Langdon. We normally know as one of the premier shot stoppers in the competition. And clipped up for the header. Nahan gets it to Rydenton. Back to goal. Tough to get a shot away. Brindle South takes the strike on himself. Now it's East enjoying a spell of dominance. Plenty of options to aim for with this delivery. And they'll take the short one to change up the angle, and Neville blazes away. And do we have a sub coming for East or not? I could hear the home bench looking to make that change, but no such change coming. And here we go. Now we'll get that change. Just wish I could tell you who it was. Well, Braden Doolan is on in jersey number 7. Can at least give you that much information. And well, he certainly feel like there was a foul in the build-up there. Is now it's City's turn to feel aggrieved at the non-award of a free kick. Brendel South there and looking to square it for the newly subbed on Doolan. And that City attack will fizzle out. Doolan getting to test out those fresh legs. Goes to the byline. We'll try and square it back towards the penalty spot. And Naveen working the passes with Arnich. He's now taking his season goal tally into double digits. 16 games, 10 goals in all competitions. Has missed some time with injury this year. Now squared. Kant trying to tee up the strike, and it's Han. The lead is back out to 2. And it's Rui Guan Han with his 3rd of the season, restoring East's cushion. And Laurie Kant with another assist, providing that final ball for the strike. And we are back in action now with East 3-1 to the good. All over the top, and it's so far over the top. Langdon is able to come to the edge of the box and claim. The City will need to produce some sort of late show, which, saying it all night, they are certainly capable of. Arnich, does he fancy a second? Will he just get it to Barnes? Tight angle, and he went for the chip to Tapaldo. 3 East players over to close that one down. Now Arnich goes for the strike and couldn't quite get the power on it to really trouble Parsons. Another slip has worked out to Arnich's advantage. He'll play it through. Now on the cutback, Mudnich, Parsons off his line and blocked away by a sliding Cody Maud. And East defending desperately right now as they try to keep their 2-goal advantage with 25 or so minutes to play. And curling effort from Barnes, just doesn't have enough curl on it. Not sure what that delay was for. That long diagonal pass has found Hahn. He's got 2 targets to aim for. He picks Pengelly, now looking to turn provider for Laurie. Can't. High boot and punched away by Langdon. He was unafraid to charge out, knowing the risks of getting that sort of challenge wrong. But thankfully for Brisbane City, he got that one very right. See, replay. Just missed that one. Maud, well, he's quick, but not that quick. Langdon picking out Naveen. Love Samira in front of him. Instead goes central to get it back. Arnich bending it. And so close now. Love Samira. And it's always sliced away. But another half chance for the visitors. They've been playing from behind since the 19th minute of this game. And the benches are having a hard time getting their subs through. hear them on the effects mic calling for the change, but Mr. Zvargulis is not heeding those requests. And so I've got just enough on that one to take it away from Laurie Cant, who's chasing his second goal of the night. If you are just tuning in, Andy Pengelly and Laurie Cant scored for Easts in the first half. And Joel Arnich for City, 5 minutes after half time, and Wigon Hahn restoring City's 2-goal buffer about 6 minutes ago. This is that time of the season where every result has you starting to look at the table and seeing where it might result in a change. I can tell you, up at Walter Park, Wolves 2-0 up over Moreton City. Naveen from basically the corner, and Parsons bravely let that one go. As it goes over the line, and we'll get those changes now. And Arnich thought he was getting subbed off. Well, Mark Galindo is one of the changes that's just come on. As has number 17, Liam Kalea. So Galindo and Kalea on. As that goes straight to Parsons, and he spilled it. Pressure being applied by Barnes to Paldo. Down right in the goal mouth. I suppose technically in an offside position if the strike is headed to that near side post for Parsons' goal. I think he might have got a knock on the back. Crociati is pushing forward. And Carl Imanzi is on in 26 for Easts. As is Jack Hudson. So double changes for both sides. It looks like City to add more bodies in attack, which would also explain the introduction of Jack Hudson for Easts. Naveen able to get the cross away despite the appeals from Alan Rickaby. So 15 minutes of normal time to go, plus whatever stoppages are added. As East look like they are on their way to a pivotal victory in the context of their push for a second successive NPL finals appearance. Naveen doing well to keep that one alive, and the cross to the back post, too tall for Tapaldo. And Hahn just belts it clear. Doolan has picked the pocket of Plusnen as the 2-7s go at it. Doolan getting away now at the byline, looking to turn provider, and a desperation header from Galindo gets that one away, and now it's City to go back down the correct end of the pitch. Over the head of Naveen, gathered by Doolan. Neville stepping out from defence to add another body and another passing option. Neville watched closely by Crocciati, who has had to swap from his normal number 5 to number 2. His preferred jersey got ripped in that swimming session, otherwise known as the Kappa Pro Series final. So Hahn is tugged back by Arnich. And all things considered, a relatively clean game with no bookings so far. That is collected by Maud, as City just struggling to find any clear avenues through this very well organised East defence. Doolan just skip through the challenges. I don't think Laurie Kant agrees with that decision, but it is getting very close to desperation stations now for City. Giardi thought about forcing a cross in, but Instead, it's trying to find a way around the orange wall that has been built by East. Galindo trying to pass his way through, got the return. Now trying to square it and no way through again. Scott Neville. Entirely sure the City bench agree with that decision as Tapaldo came lunging in to try and take the ball away from Hudson, and well, I'll be honest, if a defender made that challenge, I probably would have been applauding it. You'd have plenty of force behind it, Tapaldo, but Neville has just been shown a yellow card. He has. First one of the game. It took 81 minutes. So it's Crociati in for Arnich, looking to get that deft touch to beat three defenders, unsuccessfully so. So Neville giving a very tired Laurie Kant something to chase. A big ask against the fresh substitute Liam Kalia. Barnes, what can he do here is try and play their way through. Arnich has teed it up for Tapaldo, and again East back, defending in numbers, just cutting out any channel, and just saw Cody Maud signalling that he is going to need a substitution. We're in the replay, keep an eye on 23 around the penalty spot. He's just limping, and there is the signal. So Neville, I think he's just questioning the awarding of that yellow card for time wasting. So just updating where the ladder is at the moment with the live results. Wolves will leapfrog Gold Coast Knights, courtesy of their 2-0 lead over Moreton City. East will move level on points with Moreton City with a game in hand, so a chance to move up above them on Tuesday night when they play Gold Coast Knights. Coming on for the home side is Ramses Lee Dettori for Cody Maud, who's helped off. Well, it is an East bench that is a mix of youth and experience. They've gone to the youth brigade for that last change. They brought on Hudson, Doolin and Amanzi, players with NPL experience. And on now is Dettori, who had his first game of the season against Wolves. Towards the box, Dettori heads it away. Now Can't. How much does he have left in the tank? He's going down looking for the contact perhaps. I think that was a using what's left in the tank run from Laurie Khan, who has been immense tonight. 2 assists and a goal. And Scott Halliday will get an early mark. And there is the last outfield player on the bench for Peter Gaffney as Connor Campbell makes his way on in jersey number 15. And as we close out this game as well, we should mention Kai Bolton, City mainstay. We haven't seen him since April 12th. Missed the last 9 games before tonight. Some big news off the pitch. Congratulations to Kai Bolton and his fiancée for their big news this weekend. Campbell is wearing the number 15 jersey, normally occupied by Bolton. Well, back to East. This is a very, very encouraging result, assuming it holds up over the next 5, 7, 8 minutes, however long is added on. Solidifies their place in the top 4 and gives them a chance to move up potentially as high as 2nd if Rochdale can pull off the surprise win at Lions tomorrow. Doolan goes for the byline and flirted a little too closely with it. And coming up next for East, a couple of important matches in the context of their season. Tuesday, the round 13 catch-up down at the Croatian Sports Centre against Gold Coast Knights. With a win potentially giving them an 8-point buffer on Knights, if my commentator maths is correct. They potentially have something else in store to boost the goal difference. And then next Saturday, East back here at Heath Park taking on Olympic. And then on the 4th of July, at home against Penn Power. Well, for Brisbane City, they'll have to pick themselves up. So, heading down the coast next Saturday to take on Magic United. As Doolan to cut back no way through Crociati, and well worked by the experienced defender to keep that one in. And a heavy touch from Sahovic. And for Brisbane City, they'll kick off the month of July with a round 17 game at home against Brisbane Roar B before the 12th of July sees them heading down to Carrara to take on Gold Coast Knights. But before we get there, we do have 2 more NPL round 15 matches coming up tomorrow. Olympic Penn Power 4 p.m. at Goodwin Park, followed by Lions Rochdale at 5 p.m. Catch those games on FQTV. Dettori given the hurry up. Piggelli forward for Hahn as the crowd didn't like that, but should not kill the good feelings here at Heath Park as Pengelly looks to get one back. Advantage is the signal for City as it's potentially getting a bit fiery now. This game has been played in relatively good spirits, all things considered, as Millardo is checking on that right shoulder. And clipped over the top is this one more for good measure from Laurie Kant, just across the face of goal. As Langdon wasn't needed to make the save. Interested to see if the replay tells us he had that far post covered. Well, there's plenty of power on it. It would have been a good save if the Brisbane City shot stopper had successfully made it. I think someone in the crowd is ready to go home with the homemade whistle attempt. Or maybe it's the team's warming up for the 8 p.m. kickoff. Just want to get out on the pitch. Either way, it's been a very good evening for Easts, as they'll make it 16 of a possible 18 points in their last 6 games. Once Mr. Zvargoulis makes this official. Now curling strike, oh, off the post. That would have been special from Doolan. But the woodwork just not cooperating. Denton plays it through, and Hahn, despite his protests, will be adjudged offside. And a wasteful pass as we tick towards 94 minutes played. And Pengelly and Zahovic, I think the unofficial term for that is brother-in-lawing the decision to chase. Campbell fires it into the box. It could fall now for Arnich, and too little too late, forcing the save out of Parsons. 5 wins from their last 6. Easts solidify their place in the top 4 with a, in the end, comfortable 3-1 win over Brisbane City. Andy Pengelly and Laurie Kant scoring in the first half. Joel Arnich with the 1 goal for the visitors just after the break for Lee Guan Han. Secured all 3 points. That is where we're going to leave you. at Heath Park. Final score for the final time, Brisbane City 1, East 3. I'm James Coughlin. Thank you very much for your company tonight. We'll see you next week.